WIBTA if I left my stepmom and step-siblings homeless due to my greed? My mom died when I was 11. A drunk driver hit her on her way home from work. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and after intense therapy, life seemed okay. Well, that was until Lorraine. Lorraine was a pain in my ass. She had no money, no empathy, but much disdain for me. She also had 2 daughters. Mallory, 10, and Rebecca, 13. They were spawns of Satan. They would destroy my things when I wasn't home and when I'd complain to my dad. Lorraine was always there to defend them. My dad never really took my side in these arguments. And for years, I chalked it up to him not being in the right state of mind after my mom died. But sooner or later, I moved on, and my dad never did. Thus began a cycle of Mallory and Rebecca's constant abuse, Lorraine's lies, and my dad's obliviousness. I was 15 when they got married, and when Mallory and Rebecca transferred to my school, they made it their mission to humiliate me. One evening, while I was out with friends, they logged into my computer and found private images I had sent to my boyfriend. The next day, there was a review posted to my school's page with 1 star in the image reading, "Would bump up the rating if this whore got expelled." The photo was live for 3 hours. Enough time for kids to save and share it, leading the school to consider expulsion. In an unusual move, my dad defended me for the first time. I got a week's suspension, while Mallory and Rebecca got off scot-free. I ended up dropping out and was homeschooled by a tutor my dad paid generously for. Lorraine hated that my dad spent money on me, so she convinced him to write up a new will. He left half of his assets and estate to me and the other half to her and her kids to share. Although she tried arguing for it all, my dad wouldn't budge. I am now 18, and a few weeks ago, my dad passed away due to COVID. When my dad's safe was opened, the will was nowhere in sight. Lorraine has been accusing me but cannot provide proof. This is because I do not have it and do not know what happened to it. My uncle came forward with my dad's previous will, where he left me everything. Without proof of the new will, Lorraine cannot legally inherit anything. Notably, Lorraine's severe shopping addiction left her penniless. Her family was almost homeless before my dad, and without inheritance, they could end up on the streets. As much as I hate them, I feel as if I cannot leave them to most likely die hungry and poor. Lorraine's family has reached out saying that I am going to leave them homeless all because of my greed, and that I am a complete asshole. I am not sure if my revenge plan is justified, so help me. Please, would I be the asshole if I kept it all for myself and possibly left them homeless? NTA. It sounds like if your dad willed everything to her, she would not hesitate to leave you homeless. I'm sorry for your loss. NTA. Sounds like your uncle is looking out for you. NTA. Karma is visiting Lorraine and her daughters with a vengeance. You owe them nothing. Take your inheritance and run with it. The missing will was probably destroyed by your dad knowing his original will would stand in its place. NTA. And sucks to suck for Lorraine. She'll have to find a new man for herself and her nasty children to leech off of. It's possible that your dad destroyed the will that left Lorraine anything because he had a change of heart. It's also possible that the will leaving her anything was a red herring and the actual will was in your uncle's hands the entire time. YWNBTA. Lorraine's family can reach out again and make them not homeless. They are only pressuring you as they don't want to look after them themselves. Info. How much of your dad's estate was the result of a settlement from your mom's death? Because if that's your mom's death money she's trying to steal, to hell with her. That money is there to provide for you, not her, for the rest of your life. YWNBTA. Please, For your own sanity, don't give them a dime. Once you do, they'll see you as both a means to get money as well as a sucker for actually giving it to them. They have no respect for you. That will only get worse if you actually give in to them now. Nothing good will come from handing money over to them. NTA, it's your inheritance. Keep it. She's an adult and you are not responsible for her. I'm sorry you have lost both parents. I'm leaning towards NTA. Info. Is there anything stopping your stepfamily from working and providing for themselves? Does any proof exist of the so-called second will? Was it drawn up by a lawyer? I also think you need a lawyer of your own to ensure your interests are looked after. WIBTA. Lorraine is an adult and responsible for the financial well-being of herself and her children. This is not your responsibility. Give them 90 days to get their affairs in order. That's both generous and enough time to find a place. And tell her family that they wouldn't be homeless if they took them in. YWNBTA. Your dad may have reconsidered and destroyed the new will intentionally. Enjoy the money and enjoy seeing them suffer like they made you suffer. It is a little weird for a spouse to be completely cut off though. You might want to get a lawyer and look into whether offering her a modest settlement is a safer course of action. This is a rewrite of Cinderella. NTA. This woman and her kids clearly aren't your family. It sounds like they would deserve it. Besides, it's your inheritance. They aren't entitled to anything. Is it possible your father had a change of heart before he passed? Lorraine is an adult and can figure it out. The will legally gives you the right to do with your inheritance as you please. If you choose to gift them some money, so be it. If not, they can't do anything except complain. NTA, and I'm sorry for your loss. NTA. Your stepmom is an adult. Her kids are older, and she can support herself. It doesn't sound like your father was super well off. So any inheritance would only delay the inevitable need for Step to get a job and make her own way. Like a grown-up. NTA. The will that was located is the one that stands. You owe them absolutely nothing. Except perhaps retribution. It would absolutely be justified and the best course of action for you to leave them nothing of your father's. If Lorraine's family is so concerned for her and her children, they can step up and deal with them instead. NTA. Your evil stepfamily is just reaping what they've sowed if they end up on the streets. Edit. Also, what is this about, your greed? Greed is not at all an appropriate descriptor of your motivations or potential actions here. NTA. Take it all. Maybe give 10% to your uncle for his kindness to you. And then move far away and give them no ability to find you. A verbal will means nothing. If Lorraine can't find it, that's a her problem, not a you problem. She and her daughters abused you. And you owe them two things. Jack and shit. NTA. They were never nice persons. Now they want to guilt you into sharing the money with them all. It is not your responsibility to keep paying for them. Your stepmother is an adult. Moreover, you are young and need the money for your own expenses and education. But you should give them some time to sort things out. You all suffer from the same loss.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.